What's up, Bears? Eric here, and Pride Month is officially over. We are in July of 2023. June 2023 is behind us, and it was a bumpy ride. It was a rough Pride Month. I knew it from the get-go. We talked about it back in May. I was like, Pride Month is going to be very interesting this year. We had a really annoying ending to Pride Month. There was some stuff with the Supreme Court that's still sort of happening right now. If you want to know more about that, I'm going to put the link over there in the corner. You can go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But what we were doing in Pride Month, or what I was doing in Pride Month with my channel, was I wasn't platforming hate speech. I think I did one video with Melanie Mack, which was something that I just decided to do out of the blue. But primarily, I was really focused on just dealing with stories and topics and things that were important to the community and not really platforming hate speech. And I'm still going to be very weary about which videos I choose to react to and things like that. I don't want to make it a regular thing. I kind of enjoyed the content that I was doing through June. So we're going to see a lot more of that. So if you enjoyed that, we're going to be covering articles and stories and things of that nature. Moving forward on the channel, I really did quite enjoy that. Today, we're going to get back to Eric July. This is someone, I think I did one video not directly connected to Eric in the middle of June. But yeah, I kind of really haven't talked about him much recently. So this is a shorter video from him. And this one is about non-binary, gender fluid, non-gender conforming, they, them pronouns. And this is something, he's talked about it before in videos, but I don't think he's ever done like a full-on video where he discussed like the hiring practices of people who fall under the queer umbrella. So I thought this video would be interesting to talk about. So we're going to watch this. And I want to say that recently I went through and was looking because I hadn't been to his channel recently, but he's been doing a lot of really strange titles and thumbnails. I'm not really sure what's happening. I think he's experimenting a little bit with this channel, which is, it's fine. I was like, wow, this title doesn't really say anything. But anyway, so we're going to watch this video. I'm going to do minimal pausing because you guys know I tend to like talk a lot and these turn into longer videos, but I'm gonna do minimal pausing. But the reason why we're going to watch the video is because I think this time it's quite important. He's going to talk about this article. I'll give you guys some context. And then he tells on himself. He makes fun of the article, but then he tells on himself at the end. So let's go ahead and watch this. And yeah.
Today there is this hilarious subject matter that I want to speak about.
Hilarious.
And I get to speak on it because certainly I'm a business owner. And
okay, so you're a business owner. So he's speaking on this from the perspective of a business owner hiring people.
Resumes including they, them pronouns are more likely to be overlooked.
I mean, the fact he's laughing at it already.
Yeah, I bet they are. Inclusivity. This comes from CNBC. And it says, inclusivity. I'm being called by someone. Inclusivity shouldn't just be present in the workplace. It should be practiced during the hiring process as well. But unfortunately, non-binary job seekers are facing clear biases during their job search. According to a new report from business.com, a business resource platform, over 80% of non-binary people believe that identifying as non-binary would hurt their job search. Similarly, 51% believe their gender identity has affected their workplace experience very or somewhat negatively.
All right, before we go on, I am going to pause it there for a second. So this study, in case you just didn't catch that, is talking specifically to people who use they, them pronouns, right? So that was the study was done with non-binary people in mind. So this is talking about how they feel about the hiring practice, probably based on personal experience or conversations they've had with places they've put applications in for. So I don't think there's anything really funny about it. I mean, like, if you want to argue that you know, that this information is inaccurate, then you would have to do your own study or find somewhere else where a study has been done. Because right now it's basically just a study for non-binary people and what they believe it has been from their experience. So we have to keep that in mind. This isn't like we talk to everybody and then this group of people said X, Y, Z. No, specifically people who are non-binary or non-gender conforming.
We clearly have work to do on several fronts over the past 10 years. DEI, BF, where did B come from? What's that stand for?
Okay, we're going to do something that he didn't do. Let us look up what DEIB stands for because I am also unfamiliar with that. It must be a relatively new term, so let's take a look. All right, so it took me like 2 seconds. Diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging are extremely important for workplace morale and business success. Companies are not only more successful when they embrace diversity of thought, experience, and ideas, but they also more attractive to job seekers. So basically, they're saying that it's not just the first three letters of that. People have to feel like they belong somewhere. And I think that pretty much covers just about everybody. I mean, like, you want to feel like what you're doing at your job is being appreciated and that you belong at that business and where you are in your life. So, yeah, it's a new addition to that, but it makes sense. So anyway, let's continue on with his video and see what he has to say.
Does diversity, inclusion, inclusive, what's
diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. I literally looked it up right here. This is one of the things that bugs me a lot about these channels. We talked about this before, is just the lack of any kind of context or education on what they're talking about. Like, if you were going to, as a business owner, as he said in the beginning, he's from the perspective of a business owner. If you were somebody that runs a business and you see this and you go, oh, I don't know what that means. Even if you end up disagreeing with it, you should at least know what that is. It's literally opening up another tab and typing it in to find out what it means. But for him, it's more important to make fun of it for the people that watch his material, because the people that watch his content don't take this seriously, and clearly he doesn't either, because he's not even bothering to look up what it is. So
now that's gonna have like the LGBT whatever guacamole, like now you got dibe.
You don't even know what it is.
Well, they said that efforts have been prioritized by many companies, not mine. However, the results of this...
Okay, so there we go. So right there, that's the first thing we need to pay attention to. He said he's doing this from the point of a business owner, right? That's how he's approaching this story. He said that at the beginning. He's a business owner. This is his opinion as a business owner. So he is telling you right there that he is not prioritizing any sort of approach to equity, inclusivity, diversity, or belonging, apparently. And look, I'm not saying that he has to be. It's his business. He can run it however he wants. But this is how he approaches it, which is why responding to this article in particular as a business owner, he's already letting you know that this isn't important to him. So what more needs to be said, honestly? What more needs to be said at that point? If he doesn't subscribe to that method of hiring, then he really shouldn't care about the rest of the story at all.
Study and past research show that teams in most industries aren't proportionately representative of the U.S. population. Well, that's where your mistake is, and people that focus so much on diversity and all this sort of nonsense get so caught up in disparity, and disparity is such a stupid thing, because nothing should be proportion to the U.S. population or any population, because not everybody from every social group or ethnic background, makeup, culture has the same exact interest. They're not.
Except you're looking at it like this job specifically is what they're talking about, right? Like this is a pizza shop. This pizza shop needs to represent these things. They're talking about industry. So they're talking about multiple different things. So they're looking at it as a whole over several different businesses. So they're talking about a wide net. They're talking about a huge amount of numbers that lead into this concept that they're not seeing that return on diversity. You, however, take that and you go, you know what? I'm going to disregard the fact that they specifically stated that this is something they're looking at as a whole and bring it back down to something really tiny, really small, really specific, because that's what your audience wants. They love the anecdotal stuff. They love the very specific, incidental, one-story narratives, because you take out the account of looking at something as a larger picture. They're saying that there needs to be more work done across the entire industry, not your specific business.
Not robots. People are individuals. So therefore, you're not going to get a makeup that is proportionate to that.
Not in one business. That's not what they're saying.
Expect that. And in certain places like
they're not
sports,
expecting
for example, folks will accept that. Well, it just is what it is. But in other things, for whatever reason, folks see a disparity, and then they're acting as if there's something nefarious going on. Companies should have clearly
hold on. Nefarious? No, there's nothing nefarious going on. Nowhere in this article did they say that. They're saying that they're seeing a lack of this in the workplace, industries, wide net, and that they're trying to work on that. But clearly, they're doing it out of like good faith, because you've already said as a business owner, you don't have to adhere to this. So it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't matter. So now you're trying to say other businesses also have to react the same way I do. No, they don't. Other businesses can focus on diversity if they want. It has nothing to do with you. You can run your business however you want.
Time, let's go screw yourself for improving diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. Yeah, if you want to blow up your business, that's exactly what you do.
So looking at people's diversity when you're hiring is blowing up your business. Interesting.
Focus on that as opposed to how many, like, who can complete the job and is actually good at it. You focus on diversity efforts. Golly.
You can do both. See, that's the problem. Again, this is how a lot of these folks frame this. You can focus on both. Both of those things can be important in the hiring process. If you have a large group of people and you're saying, hey, I want the best person for the job, right? And you're saying, but I also want to keep a diverse workplace. You may have 3 or 4 people who are all capable of doing the same job, right? They're all of them are equally capable. So then you start looking at other factors on why someone would be a good fit for your business. What can this person do within my business outside of completing the job? Can they raise morale in the workplace? Are they going to be able to bring something else to the table that we don't already have? That's really what it's about, honestly. And to act like you can't do both of those things is, again, just complete misrepresentation.
Man, companies that adopt this nonsense deserve exactly what it is they're going to get.
Which is what? I mean, give me proof. If you're going to make that claim, if that's your claim, pull up some chart, some bit of information, something to back up what you're saying. But this is the thing with Eric and a lot of the channels that do this. They know that their viewers don't care about facts. The people that watch and believe this shit do not care about facts. The only time they will bring any of that into the picture is if it aligns with what they believe in. They don't care about the facts. This is his claim. So it is his responsibility to provide some sort of proof of that claim, either from his own personal experience, which clearly it isn't because he doesn't practice this in his business. So that isn't, he doesn't have any personal experience in this, or some sort of study or proof that this is happening. If you make that claim and you don't show that proof, then I'm just going to assume that you're lying about it.
But I will just give you some ideas. Yeah, I'm here. As to why I think people, because it comes with a headache, they think that it's not even worth the risk. Because you lead in with pronouns, they, them.
Lead in. Where in that article did it say lead in with pronouns? It didn't say that. This is a goalpost that he's created. It didn't lead in. It simply said that people who identify non-binary or non-gender conforming that use they, them pronouns feel like that in the job application process that they were treated differently because of that. They didn't lead in with that. It's not like they walked into the room and said, I'm they, them. But in order for him to convince his viewers to feel that discrimination, he has to actually make it seem like that is what is happening. And here's where he ends up telling on himself.
You leading with that because usually you got to go out of your way to put that stuff on your resume anyway. Because like, what reason other than like typically on a resume you're just gonna say
unless it's a resume for a company where they ask if you have preferred pronouns or what pronouns you use. I mean, do you have proof that companies don't ask for that on resumes?
Unless you
probably not.
Yeah, there's going to be names and people are going to be able to pick up what you are based on your name, probably.
Not always. The name Tracy can be for men, women, non-binary. There's a lot of ambiguous names that don't align to any specific gender, but okay.
But you're not usually putting in parentheses like Eric July, parentheses, he, him. Like nobody. Let's just say that if you are going out of your way to do that, yeah, people are probably like, yeah, I don't know if I want to deal with that headache because it's going to come with some issues.
There we go. So we spend about 3 minutes in this video, because at the beginning of it, he was advertising his comic, sort of dismissing the fact that people who are non-binary have complained about being treated differently. All the way to the point where it's like, oh, but you're going out of your way to put it on your resume, all the way to the point of saying that, yes, Why would you do this? Because it's a problem. It's a hassle. Let's roll that back a little bit. Let's just roll this back a little bit here.
If you are going out of your way to do that, people are probably like, yeah, I don't know if I want to deal with the headache because it's going to come with some issues. It's going to come with some issues, bro. It's okay, you blame them. People that's leading with that type of stuff, you telling folks what
they're not leading in with that. You're being disingenuous, Eric.
It is you care about, and it ain't the job.
So now he's suggesting that when you are concerned about your own self, like who you are as a person, you can't do the job. So if I'm going to work and I'm working, literally, he said that people aren't robots, right? This was he said this, people aren't robots. So people come with their life, their experience, who they are. They bring that into their job. That's what most people that hire in the creative spectrum in general want people to bring a little bit of themselves to their job. But according to Eric, if you are concerned about being disrespectfully addressed, you can't do your job. It's a joke to him. It's a joke to all of these guys. I mean, look.
So yeah, you call it stereotypical. It's probably, yeah, it is. But it's just, I can expect business owners or managers, people in hiring positions don't want to be dealing with headaches if they have options there. If they have
So in other words, they are looking at people who can do the job. Just follow this path here. And they are looking at other factors in the hiring process, which is exactly what you said they shouldn't be doing. You said that that diversity, equity, all of that is not important, that you're just worried if somebody can do the job. But here now you're saying that if somebody is concerned about being disrespected, I guess regardless of their ability to do the job, because you're just stereotyping them at this point, that people that are hiring should look at that and go, oh, I don't want to hire them based on the fact that they have they, them pronouns on their resume.
Say, you know what? I'd rather not. I'd rather not be dealing with what's probably about to come with this nonsense. And
so basically, we're going to end the video there. Eric July has completely agreed. He has agreed with non-binary people who are non-gender conforming, that they are in fact discriminated against by using their pronouns on their resumes during the hiring practice. Congratulations, you have just proven their point in a video where you tried to make fun of them and mock them. Anyway, that's it. I'm out of here. Have a great day. Bye.